Coming up next on Born to Explore 4x4, we're going up the Waikaia Bush Road from Piano Flat to Duffer's Saddle in an old Nissan with 422,000 kilometres on the clock. We start off at the Piano Flat end of the road and we slowly work our way along the beautiful Waikaia River. Apparently there's lots of good fishing in this river, and just check out how crystal clear that water is. Well, as we slowly climb in elevation, we find ourselves crossing over beautiful, picturesque wee creeks and streams. The first successful crossing of the Waikaia Bush Road was made in 1933 by an old Willie's car. Well guys, we've made it this far up the Waikaia Bush Road, but we're about to tackle the steepest and hardest part, which you can see there behind me. From here we really jump up in elevation very quickly, and a lot of trucks actually overheat trying to do this section. It's not uncommon on a busy day to see vehicles parked quarter of the way up, half the way up, with the bonnets open and people trying to cool them down because they've overheated. So it's going to be interesting because we've got the old Nissan Tirana with me, and that old bus has got 423,000 kilometres on the clock. So she's no spring chicken. She's on standard everything, stock standard truck. Just got some no brand ATs on it. But hey, we're going to give it a go. I know the track well, and hopefully if the weather holds out, we'll have a nice clean run up the other side, and fingers crossed she doesn't overheat. But it's beautiful. 1 minute you're in the bush like you are here now, and in a few minutes we'll be up in the snow line, up in the tussocks, and doing all the rock steps up along the Waikaia Bush Road. So it's a fantastic spot. I love coming up here. I've been coming up here since I was, knee high to grasshopper, as they say. So yeah, I have fond memories of coming through this place in the back of an old Land Cruiser with my dad's, and now I'm going to take a Nissan up there and have a go. See what the old track's like, and see if we can get up there without overheating or breaking something. So we'll see how reliable the old Nissan is with nearly 500,000 on the clock. Alright, well that's enough from me. Let's go get into it and see what the track's like. Rocky and washed out in a couple of places. The old Nissan's doing it. I'd say we're probably 3/4 of the way up now, and I've got the heater running. She's locked her in the first gear. We're just crawling our way up, but she's doing it. 422,000 Ks on the old Nissan, and she is doing it. She is climbing, and it is a good climb. This is probably one of the longest steep climbs of its type in the country, where you go up as steeply as you do for as long as you do. But hey, she's doing it. Temperature's good. Yeah, I'm doing everything to help it out, but so far it's not eating it. Anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. Before we know it, we find ourselves tiptoeing along the rock steps on top of Piano Flat Road, and these are a ton of fun. Now we've come across this big rock step, and the camera really never does it justice how big these steps are. This is quite the step up, so I'm just taking it slowly with the old truck just to see whether or not it's going to hit. I'm just feeling my way. I don't want to smash the underside onto one of the rocks and do damage to it. But I'm just having a bit of a feel to see whether or not it's going to hit the ground, and it seems like it's alright. So I'm going to back up here and have a couple of decent goes and see if I can just try and pop it up over top. But the rear wheel is finding that big hole. I've got no diff locks and no traction control. All I've got is open differential, so no traction aids at all on the old truck. Even with a decent bit of momentum, I can't quite pop it over that lip. So I'm going to chuck a couple of rocks in that big hole and have another go. Let's see what happens now. And hey, up and over she goes. It was just that big hole getting me hung up down the bottom. But we got through a couple of rocks and she made it over the top. Oh, it's a ton of fun. It really is a great place to come and visit. If you do decide to have a crack at the Waikaia Bush Road, make sure you come well prepared and check the weather forecast before you go. This road reaches an elevation around 4,000 feet and it can see some crazy weather. One minute can be sunny, the next minute it's complete whiteout and snowing sideways. So make sure you do your research before you come up here. Well, look at that, the old girl made it. Not bad for an old truck that's got 422,000 kilometres on the clock. The old Nissan, she's done alright. I think I'll keep it on for a bit longer yet. Well guys, that's it for me. I've made it to the top here of Waikaia Bush Road. For me it's pretty much a nice gravel road descent back down to the main highway and I'll be home in time to cook dinner. But hey, it's been a fantastic day. It's a great track, Waikaia Bush Road. I strongly suggest you got a truck with low range, you come out here and have a go for yourselves. But it's a ton of fun, guys, it really is. We've got an amazing country. You just got to get out there and see it for yourselves. So remember, take nothing but memories, leave only footprints, and I'll see you here on the channel or out here on the tracks. Till then guys.